good Shabbos. Ay, da 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 ya ya. Ay, da 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 good Shabbos. Heilige Shabbos, lechtige Shabbos, sing to the world good Shabbos. Heilige Shabbos, lechtige Shabbos, sing to the world good Shabbos. Heilige Shabbos, lechtige Shabbos, sing to the world good Shabbos. Heilige Shabbos, lechtige Shabbos, sing to the world good Shabbos. Heilige Shabbos, lechtige Shabbos, heilige Shabbos, lechtige Shabbos. Heilige Shabbos, lechtige Shabbos, sing to the world good Shabbos. Heilige Shabbos, lechtige Shabbos, sing to the world good Shabbos. Oy, good Shabbos. Thank you, Hashem, for Shabbos. The whole world is singing good Shabbos. Heilige Shabbos, lechtige Shabbos, Yoy Shabbos. Shabbos.
Hey kids, welcome back to the next episode of the InKredible Kids podcast. My name is Moritz Siri, and I will be your host through this incredible journey. We are going to meet many incredible kids. They are going to share with us their stories. Some of them super cool and different like you've never heard before, and some you may say are just ordinary, but all of them incredible. If you have great ideas, email me today at ikidspodcast@gmail.com. And now it's time for
InKredible Kids!
L'chaim, you're on mute, but I'm not. So I will take the opportunity to welcome everybody back to the end of the week here at the Tehillim Army. I don't like to think of it as the end of the week because I think that Thursdays on the Tehillim Army reporting to base are just a bridge into Shabbos. That's why often on Thursdays we play Shabbos music because it's really just bringing us into Shabbos. And since Tehillim is ongoing and the Tehillim Army, especially during this important time for Klal Yisrael, for the Jewish people who are in a time of war, it's crazy to think that it's been over a half a year already. That's how much 180 days is. But Hashem could do anything. And we're going to see big miracles very soon. We're coming up to the month of Nisan. Nisan is a time of huge miracles. Hashem took us out of Mitzrayim during that month. So anything can happen. And we want to have a part of that. You guys have a massive part in that in saying your Tehillim. Some really good news was that so many of you got your Tehillims this week. And all these little pictures and videos that I'm getting from you of opening up your Tehillim Army Tehillims. Again, these are from the order that you guys placed months ago, and Baruch Hashem, we were able to fundraise enough money so that everybody can get their beautiful Tehillims. And just give it a little more time in case you didn't get yours yet. A bunch of people said, is mine coming? Is it lost in the mail? Give it like another week or two just to make sure that they all get there. And then maybe we could start that conversation. Okay, so I'm Or Tziri. Welcome to the Tehillim Army tonight. We have a very, very, very unique and special program on the Tehillim Army. The big rabbi, a chashuv rav named Rabbi Moshe Meir Weiss, who is going to talk to all of you and me, all of us, about a very, very important topic. And of course, just about saying Tehillim and how special this is that we're all here together for this reason. And then we're going to say 2 prakama of Tehillim, but I want to tell you what tonight is all about. So where did I just go? I just went to Poland. I feel like I keep saying this, but it's something that I never did before in my whole life. I never went to Poland. We have a lot of Jewish history there. I learned about it when I was younger in school, but I never actually took my shoes and stepped on that ground. And I was a little bit nervous before I went that I don't know, that like, how would I feel when I'm there? Am I going to be bored? Am I going to learn new things? Is it going to make me too sad certain parts of the trip? I had a lot of things that I wondered, but when I left, I felt very, very, very proud. I felt proud to be a Yid, proud to be a Jew, and I felt very, very close to Hashem. And I want to share a little bit of that with you. That's why I keep bringing it up in little points. Tonight, we're going to talk about a special experience that I had in a place called Lublin. And I'm going to tell you about that in a moment. But in Lublin, you're going to hear about, you're going to see the place that I went to visit called Chaf Lublin. It's a humongous yeshiva that Rabbi Meir Shapiro was the Rosh Yeshiva of. Some of you might know what I'm talking about. And I'm going to show you that I took videos for you while I was there. Do you guys remember before I left, I said that when I'm there, I'm going to look for things that you're going to find interesting? Who remembers that I said that? Do you remember that I said that? I said, yeah, I see the Feldman kids doing a thumbs up, the Jaffe kids, the Skravrunsky kids are listening. So before I left, I said that, and it's true. Wherever I went, if I saw something that I said, oh my goodness, the kids need to see this, I quickly took out my phone, or actually I don't even have it here, but I bought a special camera just for this purpose. It's called a GoPro. You know what a GoPro is? I had no clue how to use it. It was making so much noise on the trip. People were like, Mortziri, shut that thing off. It was beeping. Every time I turned it on, it was like, beep, beep, beep. And everybody was like, please turn off your camera. Finally, I figured out how to fix it. Whatever, don't ask, long story. And I couldn't figure out how to get the videos off of it. Baruch Hashem, I worked it all out when I came home in the comfort of my own home once I was off the plane. And I made a small video to share with you about the importance of this yeshiva. And I'll talk more about that in a moment. Okay. I just want to say thank you to our special sponsors. Our special sponsor for the entire week, Anonymous, doesn't want to say who it is. Thank you so much. And also special sponsor is Glick Children's Programming that is going on before Pesach. So anybody who wants to go to a really fun experience before Pesach and wants to get out of their parents' way in a fun way. Glick is in the 5 towns, in Lakewood, Muncie, and in Baltimore, where I am this year. They didn't have it here last year. It's something exciting and new for Baltimore. So if you reach out to Glick, I'm going to put their information into the WhatsApp chats, and you could tell them that you came from InKredible Kids for an extra discount. Also, tonight we have an extra special raffle. We have 2 raffles tonight, and one of them is for the special Ultimate Fabring concert, which is only for boys and men. I've not invited myself to go there, but if anybody wins that raffle in the New York, New Jersey area, the boys and the men can go to this concert. Very cool. And I'm going to tell you more about those 2 later. And okay, so I just want to check one thing. I just want to check to make sure one thing is working. 1 second. While I'm doing it, I need you to count to 20. Can you count to 20 for me? Yeah? You got that, Emma Artman? Okay, count to 20. Count to 20 while I check one thing quickly. Okay, look at that. You didn't even have to count to 20. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that it processed on my phone, whatever. Okay, so I have this special video presentation, but before I start, I'm going to show you something. Oh my goodness, it's so heavy. Does anybody know what this is? What am I holding in my hands? Now, hint, this is not something that I usually hold in my hands. Not at all. Let's see. Let's see if the InKredible Rex kids could unmute themselves. InKredible Rex kids, what am I holding? Hi, we hear you. What is this?
A Gemara.
It's a Gemara Talmud Bavli. Now, did you ever see the inside of a Gemara?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah? What do you call one page? What do you call this? Do you know?
A dove.
It's called a daf. A daf is a page, right? So sometimes even in girls' schools, the Mora will say, turn to daf beis. What do you think that means?
The second page.
That's right. Ding, ding, ding. It means turn to the second page. So this is a daf. This is a daf. These are dafim, right? More than one would be dafim. Okay, so that's a daf. Now I'm going to give it a kiss because I don't actually know how to learn Gemara. Usually it's the men who learn Gemara. But now today you're going to be able to see this video and I'm going to tell you something. Did you ever hear of Daf Yomi?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know anybody who learns Daf Yomi? One daf
Yeah,
a
my
day?
father.
No kidding. Is that so?
Yeah.
That's amazing. How does your father learn Daf Yomi? Does he go to a
Yes.
shiur? Does he do it by himself?
He goes to here.
Yeah. Who gives it?
Rabbi Melanowitz.
Rabbi who?
Melanowitz.
Rabbi Menlowitz?
Rabbi Melanowitz.
Malinowitz. Oh, the famous Rabbi Malinowitz. Okay. So yeah, that's amazing. So that's so special because you know why I'm surprised? Because not every single father does Daf Yomi. It's like for example, my husband learns a different way. You know, he learns a certain amount, but Daf Yomi is very popular and it's very special. And the Chashava Tzaddik who started Daf Yomi, learning the same daf around the world every day, is Rabbi Meir Shapiro, and it started in this yeshiva. Are you excited to see the building? Yeah? Okay. And then the Rabbi Moshe Meir Weiss, who's coming on, is somebody who's been giving a Daf Yomi share like Rabbi Melinowitz for many, many, many years. He gives tons of Daf Yomi share and like that. So we're going to get to hear about that. Okay. Thanks, Rex kids. Okay. Go. Shout out to Rabbi Melinowitz. Okay. Are you ready to see my video that I keep talking about? I never showed it to anybody yet. You're watching? Okay. 1 second. I'm going to share my screen. Like it. And 1 second. I'll do that again. Hold on, it's giving me issues, but it's going to work because I tried it already. 1 second. I know it's going to work. You see it right here. I'm just trying to share my screen properly. Aha. Share. Can you see it? Okay, that's step one. Now we're going to make sure that you could hear it. I don't know why it's being a little extra annoying. Advanced sharing options. No, that's not it. Could you just give me a thumbs up if you hear the sound? No, you don't hear it. Okay, so 1 second, I have to press something. I'm gonna figure it out because I've done this before. Share computer sound, I found it. Okay, this should work. Thumbs up when you hear the music, okay?
Good morning. I'm here in Lublin in front of the great Yeshivas Chachmei Lublin. This is the building that Rabbi Meir Shapiro envisioned for having a yeshiva here many, many, many years ago. I'll take you inside with me to see. Now it's a hotel, but there's also a shul part. We slept here last night in the hotel, but we're now gonna head into the actual base medrash that is in full, you know, original condition, and you can see inside. I'm gonna go around the back. Beautiful building that was here in Lublin, Poland. This is, I'm going to show you everyone. This is Mendel. This is Zanvil. This is Chatzkel. No, I actually have no idea what their names are. But the point is that each of them, we don't know their history, but they left this tremendous legacy here at Chaf Lublin. Going to head upstairs. They're in the middle of davening in the original base medrash. So I'm going to be very quiet and try to get some scenes. It's so cool that you could really learn. They were learning Gemara, they were learning Daf Yomi, the same Seder of Gemara that set up so many years ago. Here he is, obviously not in real life, but his giant picture is here to remind everyone who walks into this base medrash the legacy that he left.
Hello, hi, this is Rafael Klatsko, and I'm talking to the wonderful people who are all part of the Tehillim army. And we're here by Yeshivas Chachmei Lublin, and if you just scan around, you'll see the most amazing thing happening. We have a group of people who are learning Torah on the front steps of the yeshiva. They came from yeshiva in Israel to learn Torah here in Poland. And then we have a group of people, married people, who came with Rabbi Sharf to tour Poland. And if you look on another side, you'll see Israeli group. They're not from a religious background, but still they're here to see about the yeshiva. And this is an interesting thing, because yeshiva, you figure, is for guys who want to come and learn Torah. But somehow this yeshiva here became a point of gathering of Yidden together, Jewish people who are all coming together to reaffirm their trust in Hashem, even though we're in this horrific place of Poland where so much tragedy happened. And when Jews get together, they can heal things. So we're spending time together with people who we don't know, but we know that they're Yidden. And they're not our style necessarily, and they're not our background, but we're here together in each in our own way to be Oved Hashem. And what you guys are doing, saying Tehillim all over the world, to gather everyone together to say, we care, and we care about other Jews. We don't know their names, we don't know what they look like, but they're Jewish people. That also gathers all the Jews together. Together, us over here on tours in Poland, and you, by saying your Tehillim, will help bring the Mashiach, will help bring such beautiful things for Klal Yisrael, such redemption, such happiness, and keep up your good work. There's nothing like what you're doing, giving a chesed of taking from your time, saying words to Hashem to help someone else. May you always be blessed with this desire to do chesed for other people.
Amen. Thank you, Rabbi Klatsko.
They jumped off the cliff and they were going to kill themselves. Rabbi Yosi says, no, you're not afraid to kill them, just kill yourself. So if she's going to do with you, alright, go back. You're not afraid to kill yourself. All you're afraid to do is allow yourself to be killed. That's what I'm saying. So here's the concept. So why did you jump off the cliff? Why did you jump off the roof? Why did you jump into the oven? You should have allowed them to survive. That's what it is.
Very inspiring.
I hope you enjoyed that. For me, it was very special watching your faces, paying such good attention. I noticed so many of you guys like watching and listening. Was that interesting? Did you find that interesting? I want to tell you something. When I learned about these things when I was in school, I liked history. I really always enjoyed history, like Jewish history especially. But to be there and to experience it is something very special. And I know that not everybody has that opportunity. And so I'm so happy that you're able to watch it because it's almost like you were there because I don't know, because I had you in my heart. And I also want to say something, but I don't want you to think that I'm being nerdy, okay? Can I say something, but you can't make fun of me? Yeah? Okay. Thank you so much, Minneapolis kids. I want you to know that when I was davening there, there's a room that you didn't see. In the back, there's a library. It's in Hebrew, a library is a sifriya. There's a sign that says sifriya, and that's where the women were davening. So I took this video after I davened, I don't remember. But the women in our group all went to daven in that side room. And while we were there, it was very special. And I thought to myself, like, what should I daven for? Well, I was davening regular shacharis, like in the morning, brachos and Baruch Sha'amar and Ashrei and, Shema. But when I was saying Shmona Esrei and I was davening, I was thinking like, what should I daven for here? So what did I daven for? I daven that me and my husband and my children. And then I thought of every single one of you, for real. Hashem should just give us the understanding of Torah, the same way that there were so many holy Bachrim in this yeshiva, that we should learn Torah, we should understand it, we should, even if it's really hard, because sometimes it's really hard, especially, I don't know how many boys over here would agree with me that learning Gemara is really difficult, right? Nod your head if you're a boy and you know what I'm talking about, because I see some people nodding their head, but I'm not going to say their names out loud. Learning Gemara could be very difficult. Learning Chumash could be difficult. Learning anything could be difficult. Learning science, lahavdil, could be difficult. So I said, Hashem, please just help us have the understanding and then be able to take the Torah that we learn and bring it into our heart. And that's how we're going to lead our lives. So I had you all in mind when I was there. So it's a very special thing for me to show you this video. Anyways, without further ado, I'm going to introduce Rabbi Moshe Meir Weiss, who is going to say much more inspiration than I can about this topic. Rabbi Moshe Meir Weiss, let's see, are you there?
I am here.
Okay, let me just get your camera on. Hi, how are you? Welcome to the Tehillim Army.
Thank you very much. And it's an honor to be with Yomar Tziri and with all of the children, the incredible kids of the Tehillim Army. And the little movie that you just saw of the Yeshivas Chachmei Lublin was one of Rav Meir Shapiro's great dreams. He was a dreamer, what we call a visionary. Some people, they have ideas, but they don't do anything with it. When Rav Meir Shapiro was the age of you children, he had an experience. Rav Meir Shapiro's mommy said that they had to move many times in their life. They had to move from city to city to city. And she was very concerned that her little boy, Meir, should not miss out time from his learning. So every time they moved, she arranged that when they get to the new city, there should be a Rebbe there to meet them so that he could be taken to learn Torah. Rav Meir Shapiro says one time he remembers that they got to a new city and they arrived at the gates and his mother was looking, where's the Rebbe? Where's the Malamed that I hired? And there was no Rebbe there. And she started to cry. And little Meir said, Mommy, don't cry. The Rebbe will come tomorrow. And his mother said, Meir, you don't know. A day that you miss from learning Torah, you could never get back. It's lost forever. And R Moshe Shapiro said that he learned from that the importance of every day's learning. When he heard his mother cry, he said, wow, every day is so important. And it was then when he was a little boy, under Bar Mitzvah, it was planted in his mind, the idea of the Daf HaYomi, that everybody should learn a daf a day and never miss a day. So you should know that even when you're very young, you could already be having ideas that one day could affect the whole world. And one of the lessons that we learned from R Moshe Shapiro is how precious every day is. Another lesson that we learned from R Moshe Shapiro, R Moshe Shapiro, when he made the Daf Yomi, he said that if many Jews unite and do something together, it's extremely powerful. So therefore, R Moshe Shapiro said, imagine if a Jew in Paris and a Jew in London and a Jew in America and a Jew in Poland will all be learning the same daf every day. So then they will be such an actress. They'll be so united. It will be so powerful in the eyes of Hashem, as he said, "V'ye'osu chulam aguda echas." They will make one band, one union. And that's what the Tehillim army is. When you all come on together, and you're going to say 2 kapitlach Tehillim, whether you're in Minneapolis, whether you're in Baltimore, whether you're in New York, whether you're in Lakewood, wherever you're listening from, if you're in California, in Florida, and you band together, v'yasu kulam aguda echas, we're walking in the footsteps of R Moshe Shapiro. There's another lesson that R Moshe Shapiro taught us, one that you should always remember. There's an interesting medrash. The medrash says, what's the most important pasuk in the Torah? It's a very unusual question. Every pasuk in the, but what's the most fundamental pasuk in the Torah? So one opinion is, you should love your friend like yourself. Another is Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. To listen that Hashem is our God and Hashem is one. But then there's a very strange third opinion, that the most important pasuk in the Torah is Es hakeves ha'echad taseh b'boker ve'es hakeves hasheni taseh beino haboyim. You should have one sheep in the morning and one sheep in the afternoon offered in the Beis HaMikdash. This is called the Korban Tamid, which every single day of the year was brought once in the morning and once in the afternoon. Now, how could this be the most important pasuk in the Torah? And the answer is, because in life, if we want to accomplish things, the secret is to do it every day. Because when you do something without missing it, you accomplish big things. Let's say, you know that Lashon Hara is so important, to not speak Lashon Hara. So you take one of the books about Lashon Hara and you learn a halacha every day. Before long, you'll finish the whole book. If R Moshe Shapiro said, if you learn Shas is so big, there's 2,711 pages in Shas. But if you learn one every day, you're going to finish it. It's going to take 7.5 years, but then you finish Shas from cover to cover. People learn 2 Mishnahs a day, and then they finish Mishnayos from cover to cover, all of Shas, in 6 years. whatever we do every day, if you give something to tzedakah every day, it adds up incredibly. It's unbelievable because you're giving a little bit every day. I want to talk to you a little bit since I'm amazed at the group of people that are listening here. I want to talk to you a little bit about what it means that you say Tehillim. You know, there was a time before you were born where the Arabs, Yamach Shemam, were attacking Eretz Yisrael with missiles. They were called Scud missiles, and they were shooting them deep into Eretz Yisrael. And those Scud missiles had a little cap on them, and they were afraid in Eretz Yisrael that the Arabs would put in some poison into the missile and cause people to be poisoned. So everybody had gas masks, and everybody had needles in case they needed needles. And they gave to the Mora, like Mora Tziri, they gave to the Moras, if there was 30 children in the class, they gave her 30 small gas masks, so that if there would be an attack, they would have to put on the children gas masks. So the Moras said, you know, I don't know if I'm going to be able to put on all 30 children quickly enough gas masks. So they went to the great Isaac Hadar at the time, Rav Shlomo Zalman Abba, and they said, you know, you should close the schools until the danger is over. And Rav Shlomo Zalman Abba said, absolutely not. We can't. Because you know what our biggest protection is? Our biggest protection is the learning and the davening of school children. Eina olam miskayim ela b'shvil hevel tinoike shel beis rabba. The world only survives because of the pure tefillas of children. You should know that when a missile is shot in Eretz Yisrael, they have a defense called the Iron Dome. And the Iron Dome shoots down the missiles. But do you know what controls the Iron Dome? So you'll say, yeah, I know, Rabbi Weiss, a computer. No, it's your Tehillim that controls the Iron Dome. It's your Tehillim that helps. You should know what you're doing. I'll tell you, you know, sometimes I want you to feel good about the Tehillim that you say. Sometimes there's a siren in Eretz Yisrael. And when a siren goes off, they have to go to the bomb shelter. They have to go to sealed rooms. And sometimes the siren goes off at 2 o'clock in the morning. There was a siren that went off in Tel Aviv, and 2 million people had to wake up 2 o'clock in the morning. And that means mommies had to wake up 7 or 8 or 10 children at 2 o'clock in the morning. And old 90-year-old people had to wake up 2 o'clock in the morning and go down steps in middle of the night, sleepy. Your Tehillim, first of all, helps that there shouldn't be such attacks. And if there is, that they should be safe. You know, Rav Avigdor Miller used to say, Karov Hashem lechol karov, Hashem is close to all those that call him, lechol asher yikra'u ve'emes, to all those that call in truth. What does it mean to call in truth? Of course, it means that we believe that we're talking to Hashem. We're not talking to the wall. But also, Ramila said to call in truth and not in need. You don't need anything. You're doing it for other people. Oh, Hashem loves that. Hashem loves that you're calling to him, not because you personally need something, but you're calling in truth for your brothers and sisters in Eretz Yisrael. Oh, is that beautiful? I'm going to give you an idea. It's an interesting idea. Of course, the saying of Tehillim is a great thing, even if we don't understand what we're saying. But I understand that the Tehillim army says about 7 different chapters of Tehillim, over and over again. You should try, together with your father or your mother or an older brother or older sister, to learn what the Tehillim means. Because then if you learn what the Tehillim means, then you'll say it with much more feeling, which much more of a bren, we call it in Yiddish, much more of a passion. I'll give you an example. Tonight we're going to say Kapitel Chaf. And there we're going to say, Elev Arechev ve'elev Asusim. They come with their tanks, and they come with their cavalry. They come with their guns. V'anachnu, but we, b'shem Hashem Elokeinu na'askir. We come with mentioning Hashem, our God. That's our power. That's our champion. Now, if you know what it means, does it make a difference? Shela malais, esa eina yelahorim. I lift my eyes to the mountains. May ayin yavai Ezri. Where will my help come from? Ezri me'im Hashem. My help comes from Hashem. Osei shemayim va'aretz, who makes the heaven and earth. What does that mean? I'm going to tell you something incredible. I was sitting once with a person that had cancer, lo yaleinu. And the cancer that they had no cure. The doctors didn't know how to cure it. And the person who was sick looked at me and said, there's no cure. So I said, let's say Tehillim together. And when we got up to Ezri me'im Hashem, my help is from Hashem, Oseh Shemayim va'aretz, the maker of heaven and earth, I explained to her that how did Hashem make heaven and earth? He made heaven and earth, yesh me'ayin, something from nothing. If Hashem could make the whole world and the sun and everything from nothing, he could, of course, cure a person, even though the doctors say there's no cure. Because Hashem made the whole world something from nothing. When we say Tehillim, and we unite, and we think, Hashem, please, let a soldier not be shot. Let all of the soldiers that are children be returned home to their parents and be returned home to their husbands and wives. Let the hostages that were taken be saved. Let them be safe and okay. Let all the people who don't have enough money because their husbands are fighting in the war and not making money for them, let them be able to make a good Pesach. Let them have enough for what they need. And at the same time, when you're saying these Tehillim, you could also say it for yourself as well, right? Because it says, whoever prays for other people, and they also need success, whether it's in school, whether with friends, on tests. That person is answered first. And in the merit of so many of you giving your time for your brothers and sisters, may Hashem bless all of you and all of Klal Yisrael with Hatzlacha and Ruchnius and Gashmius. May we see Shalom al Yisrael, safety for Jews all over the world, and the Biaskel Tzedek B'mher of Yamein.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, Rabbi Weiss. That was so beautiful. As you were speaking, I was thinking, like you would say one thing, and I thought, that's the message that I'm gonna think about. And then you said something else, and I said, that's gonna be the message that we're gonna keep thinking about. And I think there was like 16 different messages. But the one thing that I think that everybody at home, maybe for everybody listening, it might be something else. But one thing that Rabbi Weiss touched upon was so beautiful. That story about Rabbi Shlomo Zalman Auerbach, I believe, right? Was that Rabbi Shlomo Zalman during the time? Was that the Gulf War?
Gulf War.
So what he said about, we know this already, right, kids? We know this. We say this all the time. We've been saying this for the last 6 months. But, the children's tefillos are so precious to Hashem that they were even willing to risk a little bit, whatever the situation was dangerous, but they said, no, we need everybody to keep going. And Rabbi Weiss, it's very special. These kids, they're holy with doing nothing. They're holy because they're holy, but you have no idea how much Kedusha these kids are bringing into the world, because many of us, our army, so to speak, has been growing, but so many of our Tehillim Army kids have literally hardly missed a night of Tehillim Army since we started in October. And it's unbelievable. And people say to me, I don't understand. People are still coming onto the Tehillim Army. Like, isn't it, some days it's nice outside. Sometimes, there's conflicts. But these kids don't let us stop. All of you guys, every single one of them. It's so, so, so special.
That's
And
the
continue
power
to
of
come
doing
on.
that's the power of doing something every day.
Correct.
Motziri, in the holiest place on earth is the Kodesh Kodashim, the Holy of Holies. Only one person was allowed to go in there, and only once a year. The Kohen Gadol was only allowed to go in Kodesh Kodashim. If they needed to do a repair, people had to be lowered inside a box. Nobody was able to look at it. What was inside there? Inside there was the Aron that had on it the Torah, and on top of it were kruvim, Rashi says, in the shape of a young boy and a young girl. The Holy of Holies of Klal Yisrael is when young boys and young girls are involved with Torah, such as Tehillim. That is the Holy of Holies of Klal Yisrael. And that's what you boys and you girls are. Bravo to you. You should always be able to do this. And when in Yitz Hashem there's victory in Eretz Yisrael, you'll continue to say Tehillim for the coming of Mashiach.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Rabbi Weiss. And everybody, I'm sure all of our children are appreciative and thankful. And thank you so much for joining us.
You're very welcome.
Basuros Tovos. Okay. So Tehillim Army kids, I have so much to say to you, because as Rabbi Weiss was speaking and I saw your shining faces drinking in all the special messages he was saying, I noticed some really interesting things. Number one, I noticed is that, first of all, so many of you have really cool glasses. That's number one. I just have to say, I'm looking at some really cool glasses right now. So shout out to my glasses wearers. And also, no, but on a serious note, I want to say that I saw that some of you are holding up signs, and you're holding up signs that say, my father learned Daf Yomi, my Zaidi gives a Daf Yomi share. I'm like looking through these boxes, and now you maybe a little bit more, I'm sure you knew a little bit about what it was, but now you can understand how beautiful that is, that they're so committed to learning Torah every day, and they find their way of connecting. And again, like I said, there's lots of ways to learn Torah. It might not be the only way, but it's a very beautiful thing that you can feel that kind of pride. And I also want to wish the Schreibers a safe trip to Eretz Yisrael in 5 days. And there's a lot of signs that are being held up now with very, very important messages. But one person I want to spotlight quickly, and everybody could take out their Tehillims and hold them out proudly, because we're gonna start in a second, is Ricky Medetsky. But I know, are you Ricky? Or is your mother Ricky? Who's Ricky? Could you unmute yourself for a second? I know you're like, what? She's choosing me? Yes, I'm choosing you. Hi. What's your name? I can't hear you. What's your name? We hear you. You could talk. We hear you. You're not on mute.
Oh, hi.
What's your name?
Ricky.
Oh, you are Ricky. Okay. Ricky, you're holding up a picture. What book is this?
My mother made a photo book.
Your mother went to Poland, so she made a photo book? Okay, look, hold up Ricky, hold it up to the screen. Do you recognize the same building? That is the Yeshivas Chachmei Lublin. It's really beautiful because this is exactly the way the building was built. And you know what's so crazy, Ricky? Meir Shapiro, he got this building. You see, hold it up so everyone could see it one more time. You see how gorgeous it is? Isn't it pretty? It's like a pretty building. You have to understand something. In those days when it was built, like 80 years ago, whatever that was, the yeshivas weren't usually so pretty. But he wanted, a lot of boys were like stopping to go to yeshiva. They were going to college and doing other things that they weren't prioritizing learning Torah maybe. And he wanted people to want to come to yeshiva. So he made sure that they had a beautiful building. Do you, Ricky, I don't know what school do you go to, but does your school have a nice building?
Yeah.
Yeah. So after this yeshiva became like an example for other yeshivas to also have beautiful buildings. So it's really, really an important place. And unfortunately, they didn't really get to learn in the yeshiva for so many years because the Goyim came and there were some terrible things that happened in the area, but we can continue learning Torah because of the example that they left for us, you know? Yeah. Hi there in the background. You have your Tehillims?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see who else has their Tehillims that you could hold up. Hello to Shoshana Milstein with your Tehillim. Yeah, I didn't even see you doing this. Let's say hello to the InKredible Goodman kids with your Tehillims. Hi there, welcome. And let's say hello to, I'm gonna pick one more person to say hello to. Hello, InKredible Rothstein family. Is there anyone else that wants to be involved here? Yeah. Okay, you snooze, you lose. You're the one at the screen. Okay, beautiful. So we're going to get our first Tehillim reader on the line. We're going to be saying Perek Chaf. And I'm going to open up my Tehillim to the place. And our first, let's get him on. Okay, Yossi. Okay. Which one of you is Yossi?
Yeah.
Hi, Yossi. And who are you a brother?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Dovey.
Hi, Dovi. Okay, so Yossi and Dovi, where do you guys live?
And Edison.
Okay, beautiful. And we're going to be saying Perek Chaf. And like Rabbi Weiss just reminded us, this is the Perek that has Elav Aracha ve'Elav Asusim. And in the Tehillim army, we know that Perek because we remember what happened, a couple times ago when we said this Perek. And of course, every word of Tehillim goes to a special place, right? Hashem is accepting it all. But we saw a big miracle that, one time when we said that. So that Perek means this pasuk and this Perek, the whole Perek means a lot to us at the Tehillim army. But when we're going to say this Perek, and this is the wartime Perek. I told you this, I think, a long time ago in the very beginning, but this is the Perek that when the big general Yoav, you ever heard of Yoav? In the time of David HaMelech? Do you ever learn Navi? It's a lot of boys don't learn this till they're older in school. But the general, I see a thumbs up from Rachel Small. You know Yoav? Wow, unbelievable that you know Navi. So the general Yoav was going to war, and David so badly wanted to go to battle. And he stayed in Yerushalayim, and this is when he said this Perek. So again, when you so badly, I don't know, do you guys ever think about that you wish you could be in the army? No, you're not that type? Well, you're very young, so it's hard to imagine, but I personally would be very scared, but I know some boys that are yeah, army, they want to fight, and you can't fight because for a million reasons. You're not in the army, right? Are you in the army? The Tehillim army, right? So, right? The Tehillim army. So in the Tehillim army, we could stay in our homes and say our tefillos. So we're going to be like David HaMelech, and we're going to say Tehillim, this same Perek he said during a time of war when he really wanted to be fighting. So Yossi, you could lead us, and you're going to say Pasuk Aleph, and we'll go after your lead, okay?
L'manatzeach mizmor leDavid.
L'manatzeach mizmor leDavid.
Ya'ancha Adonai b'yom tzara yisagavcha Shem Elohi Yaakov.
Ya'ancha Adonai b'yom tzara yisagavcha Shem Elohi Yaakov.
Yishlach ezracha mikodesh u'mitzion yisadaka.
Yishlach ezracha mikodesh u'mitzion yisadaka.
Yizkar kol minchasecha v'olascha yadash nasela.
Yizkar kol minchasecha v'olascha yadash nasela.
Yitan lecha chavavecha v'chol atzascha yamalei.
Yitan lecha chavavecha v'chol atzascha yamalei.
Niranina b'shuasecha v'shem Eloheinu nidgol yamalei Adonai kol mashalesecha.
Niranina b'shuasecha u'v'shem Eloheinu nidgol yamalei Adonai kol mish'alosecha.
Ata yadati ki asher Adonai mishicha yanehu mishmei kachad b'gvuros yisha yamino.
Ata yadati ki hoshia Adonai Meshicho, Ya'anehu mishmei kadsho, ve'gevuros yesha yamino.
Ela v'recha v'ela v'asusim v'anachnu b'shem Adonai Eloheinu nazkir.
Ela v'rachav ve'ela v'asusem v'anachnu b'shem Adonai Eloheinu nazkir.
Ima karu v'nafalo v'anachnu kamnu v'nisagad.
Hema karu v'nafalu v'anachnu kamnu v'nis odad.
Adonai Yeshia Malach Yarnenu v'yom karenu.
Adonai Hoshia Hamelech Ya'aninu V'yom Kar'inu. Yossi, that was so beautiful. Do you want to say anything to all the kids before we go to the next parak?
I have shout outs.
Okay.
To my cousins, the Bounds and the Index and the Jacoboviches and the Eisners from Edison. And the
Okay. Okay, that is really beautiful. Thank you. What about your brother? Do you want to say anything?
To the Greens.
To the Greens. Go Greens. Go Team Green. Okay, boys. Thank you so much for being part of Tehillim Army. So happy that you had a chance to lead Tehillim. You did a beautiful job. Okay, let's all turn to Perek Kuf Chaf Aleph. Kuf Chaf Aleph. And I'm going to get our next Tehillim reader on. I think we found him. One second here. Just unmute yourself one more time. Yeah, there you go. Hi. What's your name? Introduce yourself.
Moshe.
Hi, Moshe. And where are you from?
Say
Passaic. Okay, not too far from Edison. 2 New Jersey people today. Right? Okay, so Moshe, what grade are you in?
Third.
3rd grade. Okay. So Moshe, we're going to say Perek Kuf Chaf Aleph. And you know how this works. You're going to say Pasuk Aleph and we'll repeat after you. And it's a schus to have you with us. So whenever you're ready, you could start Pasuk Aleph, okay? Shir lamalos esa enai el haharim me'ayin yavo Ezri. Ezri me'im Adonai osei shamayim va'aretz. Al yitin lamot raglacha al yanom shomracha. Hine lo yanom velo yishan shomer Yisrael. Adonai shomracha, Adonai tzilcha al yad yaminacha. Yomam hashemesh lo yakaka v'yareach balayla. Adonai yishmarcha mikol ra, yishmar es nafshacha. Adonai yishmar tzisacha uvoacha me'ata ve'ad olam. And by the way, that last pasuk, Hashem shall watch over you when you're going and when you're coming, now and forever. I always, when we are, at the end of the day, we are davening. This is really meant for, this is the Tehillim army, and it was started because of a war going on. And when I think of the soldiers who are saying goodbye to their families and they're going, and all we want is for them to come home, happy, healthy, right? So I think of that pasuk, Hashem shall watch over you when you're going and when you're coming. When you're going and when you're coming. Go and come back. And everything should be okay, right? So that's like a very important, that pasuk is something that I think about a lot, because when the war first started, I heard a big rabbi saying this parak, and when he got up to that pasuk, at the end, he couldn't stop crying. He couldn't stop crying. He said, Hashem, make sure they come back and they go and they come back and they're good. I always think of it every time we see that pasuk. And you read that so beautifully, Moshe. Moshe, you have a sister that's hiding, right? So tell her we're going to get her involved after we say the Misha Berach, okay? So I'm going to say the Misha Berach for the soldiers, and then Moshe, you could say Amen, okay? Misha Berach, Abosinu, Abraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov, Yivarich, Es HaChayalim, HaOmdem, HaMishmar, Artzinu, Va'ari, Eloheinu, Yitin, Adonai, Es Ayavinu, HaKamim, Alinu, Negafim, Lefnehem, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Yad Bar, Soninu, Tachtehem, V'yatrim, Bekasar Yeshua, Uvataras, Nitzachom, V'koyam, Behem, HaKasav, Ki, Adonai, Elohechem, HaHoli, Chimachem, Lehilachim, Lachem, Emay, Vichem, Hoshia, Eschem, V'nomar, Amen.
Amen.
Okay, who do we have there hiding behind the clock? What's your name?
Miriam?
Hi, Miriam. Okay, Moshe, do you have anything to say to all the kids out there? Don't think I don't see the other person on the other side. I'm just not going to make them crazy. Moshe, Moshe, what do you want to say?
Shout out. I have a shout out to my neighbors and all my friends, and a special shout out to my cousins, the Rappers and the Friedmans.
Beautiful. Okay. Does anyone else in your family want to say anything? Okay, don't make her crazy. She's bashful. It's one of the midos of Yidden to be baishanim. Okay, everybody. Thank you so much, Moshe. We're gonna there you go. And regards to Pesach. Okay, so something's popping up on my screen. Okay, we're ready for our raffles. You kids did a beautiful Tehillim tonight. That was very meaningful, and that's definitely going to inspire me to say more Tehillim over Shabbos. Okay, ready? I'm going to share my screen in just a second. Tonight, we are going to be raffling off 2 copies of Living with Bitachon for Children. 2 copies of Living with Bitachon for Children. Thank you to the people at Art Scroll for sponsoring. And also a mystery prize. And also special in honor of, believe it or not, Pesach coming up really, really soon. We're going to be raffling off some Pesach masks. I don't know if you guys use these at your Seder, but these are really fun, you know, with all the makos. Can you see them? So we're going to raffle off some Pesach masks for the makos. Oh my gosh, look, it's the fish offs with their incredible kids shirts. Do you guys wash them every time so that they're clean for the show? Unbelievable. Shout out to your mother or your cleaning lady or your father, whoever's doing the, I was going to say doing the dishes. I meant doing the laundry. And you have your Tehillims. You are picture perfect. Okay, back to business. We're going to be raffling off 5 of these patches, which are super cool because you can iron them onto anything, literally. Hats. I see this all the time, but like you be creative and iron them onto anything that it will stick to, you know? Tehillim Army. I actually saw a soldier when I was in Poland. Remember Noam Buskila, who came onto our show, and I gave him this and I told him to iron it onto his uniform. He said he's going to do it. So I'm going to find out. If I get a picture of him, I'll show it to you. Okay. I told him to put this on his uniform and he said he will. So we'll see what happens. That'll be cool. Anyways. Okay. So let's start our raffles and then we're going to do the bonus raffle for the concert in New York. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen in just a second because it's a little bit hectic, my screen. I have like 14 tabs open. Okay, looks like we're in business over here. Okay, so the first prize, let's see those drum rollers. I'm looking for the incredible Newmans from Waterbury. They're usually drum rolling really hard. Okay, first prize is going to be one of our books, Living with Bitachon for Children. So far, we've had a lot of winners of that book. I wonder if you're enjoying it as much as I did when I was reading these stories. The Wisnicki family, Miriam Wisnicki 3@gmail.com. Let's do another one of those books. I just love the title, Living with Bitachon. That's all we need, right? Believe in Hashem and trust in Hashem. There never is a moment when. Okay, I don't know how to say your name. Bigio, Chaya G730@gmail.com. You are the next winner. Okay, and now for the mystery prize. Here we go. The winner is the Weinbergers, R.L. Stern 1556@gmail.com. And now for the masks, the Makos masks. The winner of the Makos masks for Pesach 2024 is none other than the Goldsteins. Zipporah Goldstein at gmail.com. And the last prize is a set of Tehillim Army patches. 5 of them for the lucky winners. And the winner is the Kiss family, tsippykiss@outlook.com. And all of you winners can email me at ikidspodcast@gmail.com and say, hey, I won this prize. Yay, I'm so excited. And please give me your full address so that we could get it to you as soon as possible. And now that this Tehillim Army session is coming to an end, I want to say a big thank you to our Tehillim readers. A big thank you to Rabbi Moshe Meir Weiss for joining us. A big thank you to Project Masora Tours for inviting me to come with them to Poland and giving me an experience I'll never forget. A big thank you to every single one of you for being here. And remember to say Tehillim every day, a Perek or two, until we see you next, Emerz Hashem, on Sunday. And remember, you are all, say it with me, incredible kids. Bye. Good Shabbos.